So the first thing that we see, and we've hit this the last couple of weeks, so I'm not going to nail it. First thing we see is that Jesus says, go. He sends us out into the world. So much of church culture has become all about come or bring others to the church. But Jesus doesn't talk about that at all. He says, go. That's church. Go into your daily lives and live the kind of lives that share the gospel without even opening your mouth. Do good works in order to create goodwill so that you'd have an opportunity to share the good news. And we've been hitting on that for a couple weeks now, so I'm not going to, I think it's clear to everybody, at least in this family, that to be a Christian is to go into your life and not just to come to some church and play Christian. But what's more interesting from this passage, at least, is how they're sent and to whom they're sent. Look at verse 4. Jesus says, do not take a purse or a bag or sandals or greet anybody on the road. So he's sending them out with nothing. No money, no supplies, no nothing. And he does that for a very real reason, so that they have to stay focused and they have to stay dependent on God alone. Do you know how distracted we are with all the stuff in our lives in 2012? I mean, between TV shows and our cell phones, our computers, our video games, our homes, our life is consumed by things that just distract us from the entire point of this life in the first place. We have the cure to everything that is breaking the hearts of those around us, but I'm too busy texting to notice the pain in the eyes of the waitress. Or if I'm designed to be most effective in a ministry in Bulgaria and God wants to send me there, how can I do that if I'm in love with and weighed down by some mortgage that I got on a house in Seven Hills? There's nothing wrong with owning stuff, but when your stuff owns you, something has come jacked up in that situation. Jesus cuts all of that out and says, hey, here's the deal. Leave everything that you have at home and go share the cure that I've just showed you with the entire world. Because then we're forced into a place where we are forced to depend strictly on God for our daily bread, our enjoyment, our fulfillment, and our entertainment. I remember a time in my life, man, there was not a point in my life where I was closer to God than I was when I was in a prison cell. I owned nothing but shower shoes. And I'm talking about me and Jesus kicked it like he was my bunkie. You know, like literally when I read that Bible, it was like fire. I'm talking about when I prayed, it was like he was here and it was shaking. Just the other day, I went to Marion Prison and spoke at the penitentiary down there. And I'm talking about when I got back in that prayer circle with those other men in the prison and the penitentiary, when the world is stripped away and all the stuff is stripped away, I'm talking about the presence of God is absolutely incredible, right? And I stood in that prayer circle and I felt the electricity that I haven't felt in years, just to be honest with you guys.